I'm here at the NTX Arena to ask one very simple question. Can we find video games at a card convention? We're here at NTX, a show that was predominantly known as the card community, has grown exponentially. As the growth of Pokemon has happened, the growth of this show has happened, and it's grown huge. This show is packed. Even being here right now, there has to be an easy 5,000 people in this room right now. But we're out here looking for video games and video game related items to either pick up or add to the collection today. Let's take a look around and see if we can find anything here. But first, let's talk about what we have in my pocket right now. In my pocket, I have a couple things. We have an X and Y Evolutions pack, Sun and Moon Ultra Prism, 2 base set black and white pack, a Flapple PSA 10, and lastly, the big one, which I hope a lot of people might be interested in, the Charizard PSA 9. We're gonna use these as trade bait to see if maybe we can entice a vendor to maybe do a deal with us and trade some of this stuff for the collection. But without further ado, let's go around and take a look. Okay, so we come to this first booth. I don't know the dealer's name. However, I do see 3 really cool things. I see a GBA, I see a Pokemon Crystal, and I also see Pokemon Sapphire. Now, we're gonna take a look at the Sapphire is what I'm mostly interested in. I think the Crystal has some wear on it, but we'll take a look at it too just to see what we think. So Jay Pools here has pulled us some really cool stuff. This is a Game Boy Advance. Now, this is one of my favorite consoles growing up. It's still to this day, it's still one of my favorite consoles to play. I still play Turok Evolution on it. Originally, I played all Final Fantasies 1 through 6 on this system as well with the remakes that they did. Now, it looks super complete. It is open. Console's in really clean condition, super well done. There's some fading on the back serial number, but that's fine. Has some batteries in it. You can see it fires up. Oh, look at that. Sound works and everything. This is a really, really clean one. And this is actually the same model I had when I was a kid. We should ask how much they're going for this one. But they have 2 other things as well that I want to take a look at too. This is Pokemon Crystal, the 2nd generation game featuring the first movable Pokemon in a video game. Now, when I say that, I mean when you threw out a Pokemon, it would have an animation. This game is super crispy. I mean, there is like not a dent on it. It's very clean, very well made. It's not the misprint version either, which the misprint version you can see on the back would have, I believe there's like an extra parentheses, I think, on the back or something. As far as condition, I mean, it's very clean, very nice condition. Let's look at the insides. Now, something super cool. Manual is unfortunately in a little bit of a rougher condition, but that's the only part of this entire thing that's actually pretty rough. It has the Nintendo Power insert, the precautions booklet. The game itself is in very clean condition and has a brand new battery too. Not that I would play it, but it does have a brand new battery. Oh, I think it actually has plastic that's supposed to go over the game as well. Look at that. Now, the last thing it has is Pokemon Sapphire. Now, this was my favorite generation, was Gen 3. Ruby was actually my preferred one to play because that's the one I had as a kid. My brother had Sapphire. I do need Sapphire in the collection because I don't have it either. Actually, I don't have any of these 3 in the collection whatsoever. Let's take a look at how nice this one is. It's a very clean box. There's a little edge wear on it. I see in the corner, at the front, and the top has some peeling to it too. But overall, it's really nice condition. Let's see what the insides look like. Now, Sapphire is super complete. You guys can see it even has the poster. It has the e-reader card, the e-reader $1 coupons in there too. Everything's in there, which is really, really nice. It's something you don't see every day is actually those cards that were included with it. It's very clean. I believe he's at 400 on this one. He's at 800 on Crystal. And then the Game Boy Advance is at 220. We're gonna definitely keep these in mind. I'm very interested in the Sapphire more than anything, just because of how complete it is. So let's keep looking around. Thank you for his time. And honestly, let's see if there's any more video games. We're already off to a good start. Okay, we're here at Greenhouse Collectibles because I pointed something out that was very interesting. At a card show, let alone I'm looking for video games, but Legos, okay? If you guys don't know, I actually really enjoy building Legos. I don't have that many because they're really expensive and I don't have a lot of room to put them up, but I do have them. I do have the new Pokemon set as well pre-ordered now from the Lego store. If you guys haven't seen that yet, beautiful piece. I'm excited to get it. Although $700 out of my pocket was a lot of money for that set. So maybe I'll scalp it instead. But Lego sets. Okay, Lego Avengers, Lego Star Wars, Ninjago. Lego sets something I don't think I'd ever see at a card show. These are just so cool to see because honestly, when I walk around in a convention setting, I love seeing the random stuff that honestly breaks my line from what I should be seeing, right? I have seen cards after cards after card after card, and I'm kind of tired. This is a breath of fresh air to look at it and go, wow. Legos. I'm not a Star Wars guy, but still, Legos. Now, one other cool thing, this goes back to the cards, Hearthstone. Now, I played Hearthstone for years. I haven't played in a long time, but I think this is the Pop Mart. I think it's her, right? It's a mystery bag of somebody,
Yes.
of one of the characters you can play as in Hearthstone. Really cool pieces. Dude, thank you so much for letting me see. Appreciate it, buddy.
No problem.
Cool, we come to this one, KAH Collectibles. Now they have these Digimon Digital Monsters toys. The Season 4 one, this is Spirit Digimon Agumon. Not my favorite one, I was out of Digimon at this point, but this is the original one, Digital Monsters. This is a super cool interactive digital device. Even has a Wonder Swan pictured on the back, which as we know is a gaming console as well. Really, really cool. I want to ask how much they're asking for this one because honestly, I might add it to my collection, depending on the price.
Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions.
Cool, it's at $200 on it. We're gonna pass on it for now, but something to look out for in the future is a Digivice for my collection. Really, really cool. All right, before we get into the next booth, let's hear a word from today's sponsor, Dubby. If you're like me and you're always on the move and you need something to kind of pick you up and go, let me introduce to you guys Dubby. Dubby is a powdered energy drink that replaces other inferior caffeine beverages. It contains 0 maltodextrin, 0 fillers, 0 artificial colors or dyes, and no proprietary blends. The star of the show is the coffee fruit extract, which helps you focus with no jitters or crash. Now, I'm an avid drinker of caffeinated drinks. The thing is though, sometimes I have these crashes, as for example, one of the leading brands of caffeines gives me crashes. Another brand actually makes me itch a lot. I've been drinking Dubby now for over a month, and honestly, there is 0 crash when I drink Dubby. There's no terrible aftertaste like most drinks have, and they have a wide variety of drinks to choose from s'mores, blue raspberry, and other fun collabs as well. You guys can head to dubby.gg today. Using the code word cultured will give you 10% off your order. If you're a fan of delicious beverages, this is one for you. Thank you to Dubby for sponsoring this video, and let's head back to the game hunting. All right, we're here at Bird Hub. One thing about this, I don't collect cards, but there is some awesome stuff here. Now, video game related is what we're looking for. What's better than Final Fantasy with Magic the Gathering? We have some great cards here. Aerith, Tifa Lockhart, Cloud, Cecil from Final Fantasy IV, Terra and Kefka, both from Final Fantasy VI, which was my number 3 game of all time in the video you guys saw last week. These are so cool, so awesome. I am looking for them foiled. The Terra is foil. I'm not picking them up this weekend, but it is something on my want list, is the 6, 4, and 7 for the Final Fantasy sets. So these are super cool. Thank you to Bird Hub for letting me see these cards and put them to you guys. These are so awesome. All right, we're coming to the next booth. This is what we were looking for the whole time. This is a giant bin of games. We're gonna look through it and see if we can find anything cool. It's Meta 06, 3DS, PS4, PS3, GameCube, and so much other stuff. Let's take a look. Okay, now here's a crazy one. Just in the bin, just in this bin, Super Liminal for the Nintendo Switch. This was a perspective puzzle game. Blanchi actually played through this one originally, and I watched her play through it, then I played through it. This game is so good. It's a very fun game. Super Rare is who printed it. So, unfortunately, I think they only made like 4,000 copies of these, and that was it. But just some cool stuff just in here. Midnight Club's in here, Prince of Persia. There's some GameCube stuff. Some good stuff here. Nothing for me right now, but that leads me to my next point. There's something really cool I want to show you guys that he has. Got 2 9.8 A++, 1 B+ horror games. One for the Wii, one for the PS2. Fatal Frame 3, 9.8 A++. This is a near perfect grade, like any better, and they don't do 10s for these series as well, but this is a highest grade you could possibly get. It's got 250 on that one, which is awesome. This is The Calling, an awesome horror game for the Wii. Very underrated, a lot of people don't talk about it. It's B+, 9.8 grade. I wonder what made it B+. Let's see if we can find out what happened. I see some crinkling on the wrapper itself, especially here on the bottom, but nothing that's really screaming to me as to why it should be a B+. Nonetheless, 2 super cool horror games. I kind of want the Fatal Frame. We'll put that on the maybe list because this is just something to be a perfect grade, something I've never seen before. We'll put that one on the maybe list for sure. As we wrapped up the day, and I kind of went back to the first vendor that had the Pokemon games and Game Boy Advance, something really upsetting happened. And I wanted to kind of bring it up with you guys as far as what really went down. All right, guys, it's been a couple days since we recorded that video, and I had some time to kind of digest what happened. And let me explain to you guys first what happened. I didn't pick anything up. I did not buy a single thing from NTX at all. Why didn't I buy anything? Well, I actually did take trade to this guy, to the first guy. His attitude just ruined it for me. This guy's attitude was just like, I swear he felt like he was better than everybody and didn't need me to be there, essentially. Regardless if I bought something or not, the way he acted, just the worst, honestly. It was a bad interaction in the very beginning, and I should have had red flags at the very beginning, but I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, to be honest. And we went back a second time, and we were gonna do a deal. We were actually lined up to do the deal that we had planned out. He wanted an extra pack on top that I had. I think he wanted the Ultra Prism pack is what he wanted, like on top of everything. But during that time, like, he had told another guy he wasn't interested in a card, but the way he said it was like super attitude, like really, really stuck up attitude. And keep in mind, this was only Saturday. Like, he still had another day to go of selling. And I guess that leads me into the next part of this. And this is where the rant really comes in. Man, if you're a vendor, if you're in sales at all, your personality makes you money. Your personality, you as the embodiment of where you're at, the establishment you could be at, either your own place, or you should have the utmost respect for the people that come in, whether they buy something or not. One thing I've always prided myself on is everyone that comes to the booth, everyone that comes to our booths, every single time gets a hi, a hello, or some kind of greeting when they come up to the booth. And if they need any help, they can let us know. If they want to browse, they can browse, take your time, no interruptions. That's fine. If you want to talk, let's talk. I find with card vendors particularly, card vendors have more of this attitude than I have seen video game vendors. I've met really, really stuck up video game people. I would say percentage wise, if I were to put in a number so y'all can kind of see it in perspective. 95% of video game vendors, in my opinion, excel in customer service. Card vendors, I feel like it's like a really low 75%, which doesn't sound low, right? 25%, Zach, is not a big number. That's a pretty big number when you put it in perspective. Like all these card vendors online, it's numbers for them, you know? Like, and at the end of the day, you have to separate personal and business. And I get that. From the business perspective, I get it. You're trying to make money, but you can't make money if you don't have personality, I think. And then that's in my own heart. Whenever you see card sales, it's always like, oh, this guy's buying this thing and I spent this much money on it, or he's spending. When I see people picking up cards, all I can think about is, oh, they're just buying it as an investment, or they like that card and it goes into a binder and it just sits there forever, right? I love selling video games because I can grab something like Star Fox Assault, right, for the GameCube, and I can talk about that game and preach about it and how good it was, and I can have this mutual connection with somebody as I talk about a video game sale. And I love that because I've told many people I'm a person first, salesman second, which makes me a terrible business person. I'll be completely honest. In the grand scheme of things, I'm terrible at business because I put people first before I put myself, or before I put the business first. Not to say our business doesn't make money. I mean, we've been growing over these past 5 years. What the difference is, there is this like personal thing when you buy a game, and it means so much to me, and I won't stop. And that's why, like, you'll see cards behind me right now. I'm looking to get out of cards, and solely because I hate that environment of being with cards. That territory is just, to me, nasty. And there's good people out there. I don't want you guys to be scared about going to a card show and looking at people and going, oh, Zach said this Zach says like 25% chance you're gonna run into a bad egg. I don't think you'll run into bad people. There are great people out there. There's wonderful people out there that you can find online, and these guys are just awesome. But there are bad ones, and I hate seeing these, like, whether it's a skit or not, I hate seeing these snot-nosed brats, like these arrogant people of just like, oh, bro, this card's worth $3K and you're offering me, you know, $2,800. Like, bro, you're offering me so low. And it's just like, it has really made me realize the venomity. That's not the right word. I guess it's making me realize like the direction that cards went. You know, there was a time when you would have cards and you would just go, oh man, Meowth, bro. Remember when we played Pokemon Fire Red and I caught a Meowth and like we had fun and we laughed because I called it butt muncher. Like, it's just something like that is a memory, you know, over, dude, I pulled this card for $300 and I'm gonna sell it for $300 and it paid for the pack and I have more money now. The financial side of it has really come out and it seems so toxic. That's the word, it's toxicity. And I just don't like it. I really don't, guys. Like, that's the honest truth. I just do not like it anymore. And so we're getting out of cards in the sense of like bringing them to cons, because I've worked with cool people, and we did a video in Siege, and I remember this day. We did a video in Siege and I met this kid and he wanted G-Walk was Gaelger with Groudon, and we did a trade and he was cool. Like, it was cool on video, and it was just cool people, cool moments. And it was awesome, and it was so heartwarming to like meet that kid, and he wanted those two cards. Not for price, but he wanted them to collect because those were his 2 favorite mons and he loved those cards. And it's just like, those moments are amazing. But why does it seem with cards there are so few moments? Rant over. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I do appreciate it every single day. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe on this video as well. We have shorts coming out every day. Are you guys watching the shorts? You guys enjoying them? Let me know. I'm a culture gamer, and now you are too.